I guess I'm live. Here I am. Aloha, everybody. Dr. Eman'on F. Wanderer here. The June 13th, 2026, 5:30 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time here on the island of Maui. It's my fourth week, y'all. Fourth week being here at Chang's Beach, what we call it here on Maui, where 4 weeks ago my van broke down and I wasn't in the position financially to get it repaired, and also I wasn't in a position uh financially to have anywhere else to go as far as to live um or employment. And I began to see this cycle, this continuous cycle that happens in my life, where I become dependent upon the systems that's gotten me to a certain place in life. And it's with that understanding that of letting go of the fact that sometimes when the system runs out or the approaches that's worked for me is no longer serving me, to have an honest closure with that, because it became my identity, the way to live, how I serve. And I see it as service, but it can be people pleasing. But I see, like, everything that I've done in my life, or the intention behind it, has always been for the same cause, which was to evolve, advance, or add value to humanity, you know, to really be, to assure that another person felt seen and heard. And I can't explain it. It was when I was a kid, just always wanting others to feel safe, you know, always wanting others to know how special and wonderful they are. And it's so interesting that how is it that the person that's never had what he's desiring to give is still so passionate and resilient and offering that? It's beyond me. And that's the intricate details I feel that the creator had when each of us were designed. We each were designed with a special ability for something. And mine just happens to be, how's it? Mine just happens to be care. You know what I mean? Care for the world, and for humanity. And now this time around, I'm applying that to self. And that's what brought me to the but it's been a graduation all weekend, so the kids have been celebrating all weekend at the beach. Um, lost my train of thought. So anyway, let me just get to what I'm really trying to say. Hey, my day's great. Thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Aloha. Have a great day. Um, and I'm just kind of like venting a little bit, but I'm also, being very informative with it, because the message is, to the message is for me, or I guess the challenge is for me, is to continue to share about the things that I'm doing here in life, and why it's important to, I guess, support causes like me, like mine, because it's almost like this, certain positions in life, certain roles in life, they're under the of either a company, an employer, or an organization, but when you're talking about someone that is a self-proclaimed ambassador of self-mastery and you know, humanities, adding value to humanity. I just it's hard to place a it's hard to place a dollar sign on that. It's hard to place a value on that. And so yeah, I operate off the strength of the people, off the strength of the belief that, there's a heart for people in everyone. And so I move with that faith and that things will be provided because my presence is a prayer and I have so much to offer and I continue to serve and do it. And I now know that there are other beings and there are other humans out there that are also just as committed to service as I am. And it's almost about like putting out the frequency that hey, this is safe territory, you know? And the confidence in doing that comes from the work I've done on myself with obtaining a calm nervous system in the heat of the battle and very traumatic experiences. And I feel like because I own that now, even now, like in this situation now, 4 weeks in. Oh wow, this is a great scene right here. Hold on, y'all. I like just a movie sailboat going by on this very stormy evening here. Emanonwanderer.com, menhill.org. That's where y'all can find me, get more information. But yeah, that's a beautiful scene right there. I love that. So, oh boy. Yeah, I guess I'm just what I'm really doing is just um modeling the medicine that I feel is the healing medicine for men, but for everyone really. Is to thine own self be true. One doesn't know thine own self. So I highly recommend and encourage self mastery. You know, it's I don't know, man. It's just something about feeling confident in in self. Like I'm confident in myself, knowing that if I get in a situation where I don't have anything, I don't have any money, I don't have any food, I don't have any transportation. It's like I'm confident in the self of what I've become, how to handle that, how to maintain a calm nervous system in these situations. So that feels so good, man. And I want everyone to experience that. I want everyone to understand that they are their own human. And it takes a little it's so worth it. It takes a little bit of time to invest and to learn, but that's with anything. With anything takes time. Everything has a process and a beginning stage and a middle stage and an ending stage. And I just think it's worth it to invest that time and energy in yourself, you know, because you're gonna be yourself all your life. Like you're not it's I'm gonna go on a limb and say, yeah, you really don't change. The true you don't really change. It's just that it gets to be expressed more as the outer you change, you know? It's almost like a parent when they first have a child. When a parent first has a child, it's a baby, it's tiny, it's a certain way, right? But then that 10 years later, that child is completely different. It looks different, it sounds different, it smells different, it behaves different, but it's not. a parent's different child, it's still the same parent's child. You understand? Like, it's still the same child. Like, the mom and dad still says, "This is my child." They don't say 10 years later, "Oh, this is my now child or different child." No, this it's just and so that's what I mean when I say you will always be you no matter what the circumstances, no matter what things come into your life, you're always going to be you. So, what better time than now to learn about you, to learn how you navigate change, you know? When things change, when you grow, how do you grow? Why wouldn't you know that? Why would you leave it up to someone else to tell you who you are? I could speak on it now, y'all, because I've already done it. I've lived quite a bit of my a life, you know, to the script, to what was handed me. So I understand. And it took a long time to divorce the me that I was. It really did. I'm not gonna say a long time. It took as long as it needed to take. That's the thing. That's the thing I want to ask you guys. Like, what do you feel? Do you find it strange that if you know investing time in yourself every day, if you know the payoff, why wouldn't you do it? Like it's if it's guaranteed that you'll be a better person. Like that's the thing. Like a lot of us, I know me, I fancy a nice guarantee. If you guarantee me happiness in a situation, then yes, I'm gonna sign up for it, you know? So if I'm guaranteed the life of my dreams and beyond, if I decide to create it, and if I have the confidence enough and the balls enough to create it, well, I think that's worth it, right? That's kind of worth it. Yeah, man. Who's this? Hey, it's my cousin's Ella birthday. Can you sing happy birthday to Ella W? I don't sing, love. You sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, Ella, from your cousin and her favorite YouTube guy. Or he or she. I'm sorry, I can't see your name, so I don't know if it's so anyway. Um Gosh, man, I just can't stress it enough how important it is to just to know yourself and to be able to have accountability for yourself. That's one of the most important things is that you're gonna make a choice and a decision to be able to have accountability, um, and to have accountability for it. Because it can't be a mistake if you make a choice from your heart, it can't be wrong. It can't be wrong. It's absolutely right. It's the expectation that you place on the result that makes it wrong. Because if you don't get your expectation met, the outcome, then you see it as wrong. But if you detach from having an expectation and just moving with the guidance of your heart, with the prompting, if you just do it without expecting it to look a certain way, you're gonna grow. You're gonna learn something. Yeah, yeah, you will. So maybe that's the maybe that's the message. So I think I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, man, if you get a chance, please visit the website, menhill.org. Um, You can also visit my personal website, emanonwanderer.com, for some coaching. You can see my resources, my books, everything that I'm doing to sustain myself, you know, and I rely, yeah, I trust the heart of the people. What I mean, I'm not for everybody. I get that. And but the people who are digging my self mastery skills and style, then definitely check me out. Definitely spread the word. I really would appreciate that. That'd be so that'd be awesome, man. If you can spread the word, and feel free to ask questions. It's yeah. I guess we'll build this thing to what it needs to be. What the structure needs to be. Um, because I believe in you. And I don't know how many men are watching the channel. The channel is dedicated to strengthening, you know, to strengthening your heart. But I say it all the time and I'll say it again. The healing medicine is a calm nervous system. It's having a calm nervous system. And that's what I speak on and that's what I teach on. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Yee.